Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, there's a bunch of dropped frames for the start. That's great. I wonder why that is. I think everything's okay. What? I start the stream and it's like, bam, 120 drop frames to start. Maybe it's fine. Who knows? Anyway, we're back with more Turtle WoW or Capybara Paradise, whatever you want to call it. So I've done a little bit of grinding, done some got some random items and stuff, mainly off the auction house, if I'm being honest. Like that was like 30 silver or whatever. I thought, yeah, I'll take a bit of that. Got Taskmaster Axe off Sneed. Basically just did a few Dead Mines runs to try and farm up a little bit of gear, a little bit of XP, because the leveling zones. Hang on, let me just do something quickly. The leveling zones are a little bit packed out, or at least they were earlier. I was playing at about China time, like server time. It was about like 6 or 7 p.m. There's a queue. I made a video. If you've seen the video on the channel I've made that earlier, and there's a queue, and there was like 5 people in the queue, and it took me literally like 40 minutes to get through. So that sucked. And then I cancelled the queue, and it put me in a queue of 48. And I was like, shit. So I tried turning on the Hong Kong VPN. Suddenly no queue. So I don't know if it had saved from when I had one place in the queue, but I don't know, because I didn't have a VPN on. I cancelled it, still didn't have a VPN on, put me at 48, whatever. So now I'm in no queue. Well, I don't know if there's a queue now, but I have found a way now to do a thing with my VPN called split tunneling, which is where I can have the VPN on and I can set it to just be exclusive for WoW. So I have now 180 ping instead of 260. So yeah, that's kind of nice. So what I've also done is I've gone ahead and gotten all these stockades quests in prep, and I'm hoping to do stockade. In fact, you know what? I should really be queuing up. But I'm hoping to do stockades at some point. Seeing as I have the quests for it. There was another quest that I was going to go and do, which then made me realise there's a whole section in wetlands here, which is like a new section, I think. Because I had to look up the quest. I believe it was it preparations or uncovering mystery? That's the start of the quest. And I was looking at the video and I was like, I have no memory of this place. What is this place? And it turned out it was like there's a whole new area, so I should probably go and quest up there. But in fact, I don't know that there's that much new going on in Duskwood. So I may even just like sack Duskwood off currently and swap over to wetlands. But anyway, regardless, I want to try and do stockades. But I have no idea if I'm going to be able to get into a group for it. Let me have a quick look at the guild chat. Yeah, I was meant to stream about... Oh my god, it's 8:50 already. I was meant to stream at about 8 o'clock, and I went to make a jug of coffee, as per usual, and got a little bit carried away with a little bit of a guitar jam. And suddenly 40 minutes went by and I was like, shit, my bad. But anyway. But yeah, I've been playing this a lot of the day, but it's just been like just mindless grinding while I watch like YouTube and stuff on the other monitor. So I was trying to like save up some quests for stockades, and maybe like basically what I want to do is like try and only do like new stuff, like the Turtle WoW stuff. Well, at least it's new to me. I mean, I'm sure some people have played Turtle WoW a bunch. But yeah. In fact, yeah, I'm almost tempted to give up, to not do stockade right now, and instead come up here and try and see what this new area up here is, because this all seems my level. I'm level 23 now. See, is that it? Done a Grath, maybe. Because I saw that on the flight path thing, and I did wonder where the hell that is. But yeah. Doesn't feel like there's any stockades groups. Although, to be fair, I have a Hearthstone for Stormwind, so if I get in for a stockades group, I don't have to, like, ruin the team by not being there. Might turn a light on. It's getting a little bit, although then it goes blue, but I don't know, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's been a pretty chill day. Oh, what else have I done? I've got the Paladin quest to do, which I think gives you the two-handed hammer. Although I feel like I was okay with this axe for now, but you get the what is it? Oh shit! Have I deleted the quest? Maybe. Oh, it's because I failed it, haven't I? I've got to go and pick it up. But yeah, it's that quest down in right down here. Dafty Stillwell. I went to go and do it without even thinking. I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll just go and do this quest, whatever. And of course, absolutely get my ass handed to me because, as it turns out, you know, trying to kill 4 mobs your own level is not a good vibe. So I figured I'll just come back. I'm not in a rush to get the hammer or whatever. There wasn't anyone about at the time, and I thought I'll come back another time. Come back higher level. What else is there? I don't know if I got anything new. I realised that perception earlier is not just stealth detection, but it also gives you 2% crit strike. It's nice, 20 seconds of 2% crit strike. It's not bad. But I need to think up more keybinds to put on here. What else is there? Yeah, so I did a video earlier just going through all the like add-ons that I use and like links for them on the GitHub and all that. Because I got this new, instead of using Turtle Translator, now using WoW Translate, which seems like a little bit better. It sort of manages, oh you can't see in the chat, but it presents everything a little bit better and it manages everything a little bit better. And it's working really well. I was literally playing with doing some quests in Redridge with a whole group of Chinese people, and I just turned on enable outgoing translation, was typing to them, and then when we finished the group, turn it off, and I'm like casually just communicating in Chinese, and then seeing their messages translated back to English is great. So at least that works. That's nice. But yeah, I'm excited to check out the new zones. I've got to check exactly what level they are. But I got a breadcrumb quest to go to Baylor. Was it? Oh no, this is a Northwind. Oh, so I've got Northwind. That's another one. That's north of Stormwind. Who'd have guessed it? So this will probably be where I go after this wetlands area. If I do the wetlands, the new wetlands area a little bit, then maybe see if I can do the pre-quest up here, which I think is Uncovering Mystery, maybe? If I do that, which ends up doing a Turtle WoW only Stockades quest. In fact, I might even unqueue from this. Leave the queue for group finder so I can actually maybe go and actually get that quest. So if I get that pre-quest, really, yeah, that's a good idea. How do you do that? Is there, what's the command for that? Or is there like a keybind for it? Whoops, Daisy, that's not. Is there like an add-on keybind or something? Yeah, how do you do the keybind? Is it a macro for it or something? It's not. No. Because that would be very nice. Unless, it's not like add-on stuff in here, is there? No. Is it /WT? Was it, status reset, click cache? Ah, so it's WT outgoing on off. That will do. What sort of symbol should I have, like? What's it gotta be? They're gonna make it make sense. Like diplomacy, there you go. So it'll be /WT out. Oh my god, I can't spell for shit. You move your keyboard like 1 centimeter to the left and suddenly you can't fucking spell. Outgoing on. And then off. Don't know why I did that on capital. Outgoing off. Let's see if that works. Nice, dude. Hello. Oops, let's try this. Just. Fuck yeah, love that. That is great. Cheers for that. That is handy. I would not have realised that, and my ass would have been like, open the menu and click and unclick and yeah, it's nice. Right, let's see what we got up here. It's a whole nother little area out in the hills. Yeah, I swapped. So was it yesterday or the day before? I made the swap over to Retribution because I kind of wanted to live the kind of easy life for a little bit, doing dungeons and stuff where I could like mindlessly talk to the chat and all that without having to like focus on tanking and all that. But man, kind of missing the idea of tanking. You're fighting like one mob at a time and just like carefully taking it slow. But I don't know. I keep looking over it. I keep looking through all the prot skills. I'm like, what would I have by now if I was prot? I'd be like, I'd have that restores mana on blocks. That does like damage on block. But I don't know. Ret is interesting though. It feels like a lot of this stuff in Ret is not massively impactful. Like that's really nice. That's going to be 6% weapon damage and 3 extra skill. Love that. Seal a command. Great. That's nice. That's going to be like 5% damage buff, but it's like a 5. No. This is the big one. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like Holy Strike will give you like a bunch of strength. Crusader Strike does more. Just looks good. But I've got to wait for that. And then Repentance, like, is that really that good? I mean, you're doing 80 damage each time they deal damage. So anyway, look at this place. I saw a video of somebody doing a quest here, and I was like, what the hell is this? There's like Elwyn Forest in the middle of the wetlands. You know what I mean? Look at this little like cheeky little area. Hawk's Vigil. How cool is that? In fact, you know what? Let me. No, that's not what I wanted. What did I want? Shift click, shift right click. Unfold. I don't really want to fold. I want to just. Let me do. That's the one. In fact, man, I could do with getting rid of. So I've got that as well, which I don't think I'm going to do Dead Mines again. That could go. I think I'm going to like chuck Duskwood quests, and I'm going to do the stuff around here instead. Because honestly, I feel like I've done Duskwood. Oh, I've done like most of that. Oh well, whatever. I think you get a bag from that, but whatever. We're chucking Duskwood. Fuck it. I mean, that one's already done, so I may as well just hold for now. Yeah, it's just unfortunate you've only got 20 quests you can hold max, so collect some sprigs. Yeah, I keep seeing a lot of people like in the guild chat are all talking about how great of a time they're having doing hardcore and stuff, but I just want to have a character on this server, you know. It's the sort of thing where once I've got like a level 60 on here and I can, you know, experience the endgame stuff, then I'll probably do some hardcore stuff. Should be good. That's why this character, I may not do like every single like quest or whatnot that's new. At times I may just grind some dungeons, but I definitely want to have a character at some point where I get some like immersive add-ons, properly like chill out. If they'd make that like voiceover thing better quality, then maybe use that as well, but probably not. But just like an immersive like thing, yeah. I mean, MS, I'm at 180 now. 180 is like decent. It feels a lot better. The difference from going from 260 to 180 is solid. Oh, bit of moonwalk. But yeah, I ended up having to. I've got a VPN. I mean, you can use any VPN. I don't want to like advertise one, but the one that I've used has a thing called split tunneling, so I can split this thing basically so that it only works for this. Because I didn't know that if I didn't want to like live stream with a VPN on and have YouTube be like, why the hell are you streaming from Hong Kong or whatever? So. But yeah, there is hardcore in this. There's like a lot of challenges in this. There's beyond hardcore. There's challenges like some challenges where you can't wear any clothes. Other challenges where you can only wear stuff that you craft. There's some challenges I saw the other day where you can only gain experience from killing mobs that are orange or red, which feels like extremely rough. That's like the like super duper hardcore challenge. In fact, you know what? Where's the tavern here? So I get an instant logout. I'll show you quickly the challenges they have on there. There's tons of them. It's crazy. And some of them look brutal. Actually, let me go hand this in first. What's the other one? Yeah, because I see a lot of like naked people running around. Normally mages, I think. Although I don't know what you actually get for completing the challenges. I'm not sure, because there was another server I played on. Was it Epoch maybe? Where you literally get like a bag of goodies and stuff for completing a hardcore challenge. Which is cool. That makes sense. In fact, just earlier, bear in mind this is like a pretty fresh server. I saw somebody, like it popped up with a notification saying that a hardcore character had hit level 50. I was like, what the... How have you managed that? Most people are like... I mean, like this whole guild, the top level is level 44, you know? Some guys managed to get level 50 in hardcore. It's nuts. Like, you're playing that quick, and yet not dying. Insane. My god, has this quest just been like, talk to this guy, talk to that guy, talk to this guy, talk to that guy? Where to now? Let me go. I think it's a tavern over here. Oh, I can log out quick. Oh, really? 52. That's rough. $52 is rough. You can't really, like, cheat on this. Well, I don't know. For all I know, somebody could, but there's not really a cheating sort of thing. But yeah, look, you got all these, like, you got hardcore, 50% less XP. Oh my god, and you lose 5% XP from dying. You can only use poor and common quality. That's kind of fun. Like, you can only use what you craft. You learn exclusive titles while staying at level 1. That one, you can only get experience from slaying boars. That's kind of nuts. Only allowed to kill orange and red monsters. No experience unless you're smashed. No longer gain rested XP, but your weapon skill gain will be doubled. It's nuts. There's some interest, and you can pick multiple. You can do like multiple challenges, so that spices things up. But I don't think I could do one of those on my first character. I gotta just like have at least one character where I can like just play the game normally. This guy's armor looks kind of cool. Rob Dursley, the undercover operative. God, I wasn't paying attention. One of these quests is the quest that's that's the pre-quest for the stockades, and I don't know what one.
How are you?
Ah, that would probably be the one, Master Matthias Shaw. But yeah, I think like Blizzard, when they do their Classic Plus thing, they should integrate something like that, where it's a straight up like on character creation. You can just like pick a bunch of challenges because it's fun. Makes it quite well. It's a bit weird when you have the like self-monitored ones where it's just like, I don't know. You can have like a guild full of people that say they're all part of the challenge, but who knows what some asshole gets up to at 4 in the morning, you know? Having it like server side, not an add-on that enforces it or anything, like proper server side. Although I do like the idea that you can have hardcore, but it doesn't necessarily delete your character. I'd rather it just like, or if I was personally playing, I'd rather it like just remove the hardcore title or whatever. Ping currently is about 180, which is with a Hong Kong VPN, so otherwise it would be in the UK probably like 260 mainly. But yeah, no, it feels pretty smooth. Like, yeah, feels a lot. I mean, the difference going from 260 to 180 feels like massive. Like I'm really feeling it. One more flower. Where's it gonna be? Yeah, what a nice little zone tucked away, and Dunmoro. Oh, is there a way? Oh no, I thought that dot was a path. Is there like some? Whoops. Is there like a way through there? Don't think so. Oh, what's that? Oh no, that's just that building. Yeah, Hunter's nice. Hunter's like comfortable, and I think Hunter kind of works like aesthetically with the server when you have survival, where you can make like bows, and I think you can make ammo and stuff as well, which is handy. You know, if you keep a bunch of mats on you, you can never run out of arrows and stuff. Right. Oh, is that Silvermoon Remnant? Ooh, didn't realise that. Where to now? Guess we're gonna leave this zone. See, like this. What's that? Leech Stalker Venom. That'll have to be. I'll have to go all the way out and round, I guess. You know what? Let me turn on here. Flight Master. Yeah. So it'd probably be better for me to just fly down to Menethil Harbour. Or in fact, I did just get that pre-quest for Stockades, I believe. Which one was it? Menethil, Master Matthias Shaw. I don't think you can use your old account yet, but the server, they're like, I don't know, they're in some way they're planning to restore the characters and accounts and stuff from the Southeast Asian server. So if it's from the US or EU servers, I doubt there's going to be any like restoring or anything. It'll have to be a fresh account. Because it was only the Southeast Asian GMs that have like got this up and running. Yeah, I don't know if I could like I don't know, I could manage losing a character and stuff, but it's just like, would I want to? I don't know if I'd want to like be putting loads and loads of time into something where I die and have to do the same thing over again. Like I've done the leveling in this game so many times in like vanilla and stuff. Like I'm playing it on here because I quite enjoy the new stuff, but the idea of doing like the level 10, 20, 30, 40 zone over and over again on hardcore was brutal. And plus I like playing casually, you know. I like chilling out, having a good time. If I'm like not paying attention, I die or whatever, then it is what it is. Whoa, who's that? Crikey. Oh, Slim John. Right, what do we got? We got like 5 spots for a quest, so they really need to somehow get some more like quest slots on here. I don't know why they set it to 20. Feels a bit shitty, really. But I'm gonna chuck that. Yeah, exactly. Like 2 months to get a level 55. It's it takes a lot, especially if you can only really play like after work or something. It takes a long time. He wants me to buy him some mead. Right. Bartender, give me your finest mead. A flagon of mead. 15 silver. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's for a quest in the place I was just at. Oh, is there a quest upstairs? Or not? Is it just show? Is that thing where it shows you a quest on the map, but it's not there? Junderbrock. Oh, it is there. Join the league. Well, I guess not then. Hey man, it's good to hear. Good to hear you're get playing and got the server up and running. It's nice.
How are you? Keep your feet on the ground.
What can I do for you?
Did I not give that guy the flagon? Oh yeah, every time you talk to a trainer, have you got any like UI add-ons or anything? Yeah, no, I definitely get that. You get more of a connection. I mean, on modern WoW, honestly, most times I've played Modern WoW, I will literally just start a brand new character. Just because I'm like, they change everything so much in that. They change how the classes work, they change how it all feels, so I'm like, I don't know what I'm playing, so I just re-level it. Yeah. Oh, should be working alright. As long as you've taken the main thing off the end, where it says like dash main or dash master, then should be okay. Trying to think what would cause that. It's frame XML. I'm not sure. I don't know what that error would be, other than maybe like turning off one add-on at a time and seeing how that works. See which one it is, and then try and see what that is. What have we got here? Oh no, I'm out of space for quests. Oh my good lord. Yikes. Maybe I get rid of that. Although there's some more quests upstairs. Bag on vendor prices. Yeah, it might be something to do with that. I don't use either of those. Although I could probably do with vendor prices, to be fair.
What's on your mind?
It might just be that one of those is like maybe not the right version or something. Which one of these? Level 21. Oh, I want both of these. I'm not going to South Shore, so I'll chuck that. Oh my god, I'm just picking up quests. I need to go and do the quests. It's like stockades, like taking up a bunch of quests. What do I delete to get one extra quest here? Maybe the Green Warden. Screw him. Although didn't that just say a quest in Theramore? Is that... yeah, maybe not going to Theramore. Yeah, I would re-download the whole thing. I mean, shouldn't take too long. In this day and age, it's like 8 gigabytes or whatever for the whole game. Not like back in the day when you gotta like work your way through 6 different discs. Yeah, I mean, it's fair dues. You can wait for it, but I don't know. There's not really much more to wait for this. Like, it's not like they've got it. It's not like it's in an alpha state or anything. It's all here. All the data's here. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's partly down. Honestly, some of the biggest private servers going have not been deleted. Like Warmain is massive and has been massive for ages, forever, and they make bank, but they aren't getting shut down. So it's like, oh, I don't know. I think part of the thing with Turtle WoW was the fact that they got really cocky. When they were like expanding into doing like remaking the game in Unity and stuff, it's like, oh, is that crossing a line? And then they're like, it gets to the point where they're advertising on YouTube for their like stuff. It's like, oh, I don't know about that. Feels a little bit like, if you're like getting to the point where you're advertising your server on YouTube, it's like, geez, man, that's... You don't advertise unless you're making like a lot of money and want to make a lot more money. I feel like there's an unwritten rule with private servers where like you don't poke the bear, you don't like... Yeah. Yeah, you get that a lot. A lot of people, especially people newer to private servers, are always worried about the idea of like viruses and stuff, but I don't know. I'll be honest, like personally, I'm not too worried. Like I think about like what's the worst a virus is gonna do? Like make you have to like reset your password for some stuff. Like take out a hard drive and just reinstall it. I'm not too bothered about that stuff. I mean, it's whatever. Like some people may be, but I'm not too bothered. Oh wow, what was that? Cyber Demon 1542. I'm not even sure what's Ron. I don't know. I don't know what Ron is. Romanian. Oh, Romanian. I almost went to Romania once. Went to Bulgaria instead, working there. I went past Romania. Thanks, man. Cyberdemon 1542. Appreciate that. Yeah, when they're running ads on there, it's like, yeah. And I think the thing as well about them saying that they're gonna like remaster the game in Unreal Engine, it almost makes it that they're almost making the game their own, sort of, which is like, I don't know. It's one thing to like use the base game, but it's another thing to like take the base game and make something more. It's a bit rude, yeah. Yeah, man, cheers for that. I appreciate that. From Romania. Never been, but I'll have to go at some point. Cool to see we got, like, people from all over the place, you know? Even had a few, like, Chinese people from on here. In here as well. Yeah, there's talks of Classic Plus, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know how excited I really am. I mean, I'll play it, let's be honest. I'll play a Blizzard Classic Plus, but I'm like, I don't know how excited I'm going to be. New content for this. I don't know. Because I'm not sure, like the wording of the people that run this server, right? I don't hear them saying that it's like Asian devs that have the server up and running. I keep hearing people saying it's Asian GMs that have the server going. So it's like, are the GMs capable of like creating the new content or finishing off the new content? I don't know, but I don't know. Oh, my ping is 180 currently. But yeah, I'd like to hope that they can push on to make more stuff, but who knows? Honestly, I was talking about this the other day about how when Classic Plus launches, depending on how much like content they these are the wrong mobs. Depending on how much content they actually put in it, it could take them like years and years to actually catch up to this. I mean, the amount of content on here is like nuts. The amount of dungeons added here. I mean, you can pause there if you want to look through, but there's a lot of added dungeons. I could see Blizzard's Classic Plus literally doing that thing where they put out like one dungeon every 3 months or whatever, or even maybe every 6 months. Or they'd put out one island like this and charge like $12 for it. Meanwhile here they've got this island, this island, this island, Northwind. There's like new area and wetlands. So there's a lot in Total WoW. So Blizzard has like a long way to actually catch up. That's the thing. That's why I really like the idea of playing on this server now, because it's probably going to be like, what, over a year at least until any kind of Classic Plus comes out. So that's enough time to just play on this server. You know what I mean? I haven't really experienced Total WoW. I haven't experienced Total WoW, so it's all fresh to me. So I've got like a year to just get to the end game, mess around, enjoy the sort of like new dungeons and raids, and if I get like bored of it and whatever, then hey oh, Classic Plus will be out at some point. So even if there isn't new content for this, I'm still pretty happy to like play it as well. Oh, Gothic 1 and 2. Those are some games. Every time... Oh, what? There's a scroll there and it disappeared. Anyway, every time I'm looking for new games to play, and I'm putting in, like, the sort of vibe I'm after, it always comes up with Gothic 1 or 2. So I'm going to have to play that at some point. I keep seeing that. Oh, the pet battles. It's funny you say the pet battles, because they basically just, like, abandon them nowadays anyway. So it was like... That was pointless, turns out. Yeah, that's the worry, is that they're just going to do endgame stuff, and it's going to be like expansions. They're going to do that thing where they just put out like generic. I don't know. I worry that they're going to just put out a generic landmass for level 60, and it's going to be like, here's the Alliance side, here's the Horde side, and it's like, come on, dude. That's not very Classic Plus. You want to like level through new zones and experience the new stuff like as you progress. Oh really, a remake of Gothic 1. You know what? I'm gonna write that down. Gothic 1 remake. I'm gonna make a note of that. Because I keep meaning to go back to it. Yeah. Wow, so it's 2001 when it first came out. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Well, it depends. The thing you say, like, Blizzard devs could get that done, but you think about like a retail expansion takes them what is it, like a couple of years maybe? Or I suppose nowadays they cut that down, but maybe like a year or two to do an expansion. They put out like 8 dungeons, but the thing is, the things that they make are very formulaic now. It's very templated. All of the dungeons have to be like, oh shit, these are higher level than I thought. I'll come back here later. All the dungeons they make for retail are like, have to be a certain length to fit in for Mythic Plus, and they're very generic. All the cities they make have to be like pristine, parallel, equal. It's a bit dull, you know. I want the vanilla stuff where it's just weird. These like long ass dungeons that take like 3 hours to go through, just because why not? But yeah, the creativity side of things I worry. Because I'm seeing the stuff in here, like I've played one of the new dungeons, and I was looking through some of the new gear, and it's really genuinely interesting. The gear looks good, the different types of stats on there are like really interesting, the dungeons are like fun to go through. It's fun, whereas Blizzard, it just feels like they're very cookie cutter. Same shape, same sort of vibe, same things in there, simple as, you know. I got a message from someone saying, you don't mean to go back to anything, only play Capybara, no more jokes, you only want turtle feels. I mean, to be fair, my like WoW sub is going to run out on like, well, a couple days, and I'm not renewing it. I've just like, I was playing TBC Anniversary, but I'm like not interested. Oh, how many people are online on the server? I might have an almost answer for that, because we're now getting, at about midday, like, I think UK time, maybe 2 o'clock, but server time, 6 or 7 o'clock, there's now queues on the server. And most of these servers end up having a capacity of, I think, 12,000. It's either 12,000 or 6,000. And if they're hitting queues, then it means it's hit that capacity. So at peak, that ends up happening. But then I hear that in, I don't know, is it Chinese time at about 10 or is it 11 o'clock? Something happens where like internet gets shut off for a lot of like universities and stuff, so there's a big drop in like I think certain public places they stop access to the internet or something, so there's a big drop. But yeah, I think honestly, like I think like this is definitely worth playing, because it's going to be a long, like if you want to play some kind of Classic Plus thing at the moment, this is basically it. Like it's going to be a long while till Classic Plus. I mean, hey, they could always surprise me. Who knows, man? Like, there's still that tiny little chance that it comes... Ooh, look at that. There's a tiny little chance that BlizzCon rolls round and they just, like, drop the Classic Plus straight up. Who knows? But, I don't know. It's hard to, like... It's hard to believe that Blizzard will do something interesting these days. Because they're just so bland. Like... I don't know. Blizzard are very good at like hyping things up and marketing things, but they're not necessarily that good at actually making the things. You know what I mean? Like I buy the new WoW subscription, I buy the new WoW expansion every time it comes around, because for some reason that hype, it just does something. And then you have like a week or two where you're like, this is great. And then you're like, oh, is it? I don't think it is. Shit. Yeah. Yeah, I just like, it's only like a tiny part of me that thinks like, oh, imagine if they shadow drop it. But like, I don't even want to like, I don't want to think more than like 1% of that, because it's just not. And even if that does happen, I would rather that not. That's going to be like September. I'm going to be playing this at that point. I'd rather be playing this. I don't want Classic WoW to come out. If anything, I feel like if they ended up shadow dropping Classic Plus, it would be because they keep seeing these servers and they want to try and snatch people away from them or something. Like, I don't know, because this is like a popular server. If there's 12,000 people playing this at peak, that's like 12,000 monthly subs. God damn, you know. Yeah, exactly. I do think the subscription for WoW is a little bit ridiculous. If you're gonna have a subscription, then you can't be selling the whole expansion for like 60, 70, 80 bucks. That's absolutely nuts. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to judge how much stuff's worth. It's just that the game doesn't really feel like it's as fun, and yet it's getting more and more and more and more expensive. Meanwhile, you can play something like this for free. And you can say like, yeah, but these people like steal data from Blizzard, then like I commend them on that. They've done a great job on stealing it from Blizzard, you know what I mean? Wish they'd have done it sooner. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I've seen like most of the limited time events that like WoW's had, I've ended up missing out on. Like I missed out on Season of Discovery completely. That looked kind of interesting. I didn't really play that like Plunderstorm thing. That looked kind of interesting. But yeah, Blizzard, I mean it seems like in WoW as well, Blizzard is obsessed with having these things where it's like limited time event, you can only do this now, you need to subscribe now to do this, to get this item, to get this mount, to do this experience. And then they get rid of it. And it's like, come on, dude, like why is the only fun stuff you make hang around for a month and then disappear? And you wonder why people don't want to like pay a constant subscription fee. Yeah. Yeah, I get you. Like, I don't really want to pay Blizzard any money. Like, I bought the last expansion and then just like made as much gold as I could, and now I've got a WoW token sat in my bag. So if a Classic Plus comes around, I'm not paying any money for it. Like, I'll just farm gold. I've got 1 token worth of gold. I can use that to get a monthly sub, and then I can just farm some gold. I don't mind. I enjoy it. I can just sit and watch a movie whilst farming up ores and stuff. It's fine by me. I'd rather do that than pay Blizzard some money. Like, just don't see it's worth it. I mean, shit, I'd pay a subscription for like, if like Turtle WoW or whatever had no fear of getting shut down, I'd pay a subscription to them. Like, you know what I mean? I'd invest a little bit in something like that because they seem to actually be doing something decent with it. What else we got around here? Got the sewn up here with a quest. Mottled talons. I don't know if I want to group up with you, mate. I need to loot items. Yeah, I know Activision as well. That whole merger was a bit of a mess. Soured things. I don't think Activision's like... it's like, what's Activision got to do with Blizzard, man? I don't know. It's greed, selling the company and all that. And it's just the fact that part of the basic fact is that like nobody that was actually making classic WoW and was passionate about making the game in the first place is still at Blizzard, you know? So it's like, who is there? Who's making stuff at Blizzard that's... It's no one. It's people that have like... It's like a cheap imitation of what was, you know? Yeah. The other thing as well is like you think about OG Blizzard, a lot of the passion that came from like early WoW development came from like the developers playing other MMOs and getting salty over them doing things wrong and them saying, fuck it, we'll just make our own and we'll make it better. And they did, and it was good fun. But then, you know, every expansion comes out and it's basically the same thing. It's like new landmass, same structure, same everything, like. And even when they do the things where it's like we're adding new land onto Azeroth, it still somehow feels like another world. Like I was thinking about that last night about how like they add like Pandaria onto the map and they add like Kultiras, and that's great and all, but like it still feels like a whole separate world. Like, why don't you just put Kultiras like in here and have like a flight path to there? Keep it tangible. I don't know. You have the boats, but sometimes the boats can end up feeling like, I don't know, getting away from Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms to this whole other area makes it just feel like, I don't know, I don't like it. detaches. I think it's so much nicer to stay with the base game, like what they're doing here, where there's these places like this is off the coast of Stormwind. You get a flight path there. It's not an instance thing. You can see it if you tilt the camera a certain way. You can see it from Stormwind, so it's like keeps it nice. Oh no, they weren't independent. Yeah, they had investors, but still, the core people there were actually interested in playing the game. You know what I mean? They were making a game that they themselves wanted to play, and I don't feel like that's the thing anymore. I feel like Blizzard is just like 1,000 people who have like whose job is to make this game profitable, basically. I mean, it was their job to make it profitable back then, but still, at least there was an angle of caring about it. Yeah. It's hard with this world of investors and all that. Recouping investments and all that. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's the other thing is, like, when I talk about the, like, old school devs, it's like a time and a moment, you know? It's not like they're necessarily the same people. Everyone changes, you know? You can't expect a person to be the same person in 20 years' time. Or you'd hope not, because it means that probably nothing's happened in their life. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But it's just the fact that there are people out there that are passionate about this game, right? That could maybe even work on this game, like in World of Warcraft in general. But they would end up never really getting a job at Blizzard. So it's like, I don't know. Honestly, I really feel like one of the best things that Blizzard could do is basically understand that other people make their game more enjoyable, and they should, like, in a sense, kind of like lease out the license of the game. If somebody's got an idea for a private server, and maybe Blizzard can have the option to like okay it and go, yeah, that looks good. You can pay, like, you know, you can make a version of the game like Total WoW, and just give Blizzard like a small cut from it, but actually just let other people make something good, you know, like Total WoW, you know. But I don't know. Shit, dude. Then again, I'd rather it just fucking steal the shit from Blizzard and make your own thing. Fuck it. Char, matey. You know what I mean? Sail the seas. In this day and age, like, fucking hell, I don't want to spend money on any of these games, man. It's all fucking profit machines. Pirate what you can and, like, have a bit of fun with whatever you can, but fuck, man. Certainly not doing any of this pre-order shit. Exactly, you gotta change, like, I mean, like, there's things that were about in classic WoW that ironically, from that classic quote, people thought that they wanted, but they didn't. Like, small things, like, I remember when the WoW Classic first came round, that the very, like, loud group of people was the no changes people. Which is understandable, because a lot of people didn't play Classic for like 15 years or whatever, or 10, 15 years, so they wanted it as it was, but things changed and they didn't complain. So, like, things change over time. They're not going to be like the same old school devs, but things can change over time without it being lost. Like, for instance, this change, like, for instance, you've got the, like, nice party, the raid style party frames in this. That's a modern change, and that's even made it into this. There's certain, like, quality of life tweaks that were good, but I just think it was that the main downside was separating the world so much, making the world go from being like a world that you can walk from the top to the bottom of, to it being some split across, fractured, multi-universal, like, multiple planet thing. It's suddenly you're like, oh, everyone's like split off in a different land, and it's a bit weird. When you're on some, like, space planet with weird fell oozing out of the fucking place, it feels weird. Like, I want to be in a place where there's a bit of grass, man, where there's trees, where there's dirt. When they start going to these crazy places and expansions, it's like, ugh, not as into it. There's no, like, tangibleness to it. I got nothing, like, I don't know. I was gonna say, like, nothing in common with, like, the real world at all to it. Exactly. I mean, it does boil down to that. At a certain point, there were a lot of people that were gamers making the games for themselves, while they're still trying to make profit for shareholders, but they're still there. Whereas nowadays it feels super clear that it is just like whatever can be profited from will be profited from, and that's it. And it feels so hollow. What am I gonna do? Gotta kill some crocodiles if I can, and then I'll do these dragon maw. I don't mind that. The zone bouncing around stuff, like in vanilla, I don't mind it as long as it's like, as long as it's not ridiculous. Like I like it like here where I'm like, good, I've got a bunch of quests where I can kill the crocolists, kill these dragamores, kill the raptors, but then I've also got a couple of quests where it's like, hey, go back to Stormwind and do that. Like vanilla did it quite well where they would do breadcrumb quests. Like, for instance, I got this quest from somewhere, which is going to send me to go to Northwind, which is kind of interesting, or to go to, like, Baylor, or something. I like the breadcrumb places, but I just don't like it when it's, like, a whole nother world separated. It's really weird. Like, Outland was the first thing where they sort of, like, tried to do something, and I don't know. Looking back on it, I'm not even sure I think TBC really was not as good as I remember it being. I mean, I think I enjoyed Wrath of the Lich King a lot more back then. I don't know, I wouldn't have thought Blizzard is, because they can, like, they don't need to sell the characters outside of the game, they just sell that shit in game. They just sell the level boost, and they sell the tokens and all that. And they would rather people spend the time. Oh yeah, the private servers you get that. It's like with Warmane, the like character marketplace on there is a bit like sketchy, but I don't know. There's a certain amount of corruption that's like, as long as you're making the game fun, you can have a little bit of corruption and it's still fine. It's just with Blizzard, it's like you're paying for the base game when there's a new expansion, you're paying for the subscription fee, and you're paying for the cosmetics in the game, and there's still a shitload of bots and corruption. It's like you can have like one or the other. You could have a bit of corruption if the game is really fun, but the moment the game is not fun and there's a shitload of corruption, suddenly it's like, fuck, this is not good. It's no fun. Yeah. I mean, shit. God knows how much Blizzard's making from all like dodgy side shit. And the private servers, there's a lot of money to be made from it. If you can just like, you go on your GM and just go like /give gold 1,000 and do some little like side deal. I mean, it's like on this server, I had a quick look out of interest, not because I wanted to buy it, it was just because somebody had mentioned that it was a thing and I was like, bullshit. But I looked to see if there was like gold buying websites for this, and there are already. Like, this server's been up for like, what, so like 3 or 4 days or something, and I think it was like 15 euros for like 5 gold or something like that. It's like, Jesus, man, somehow like a server's been up for like multiple days, just days, and there's already like a whole business around selling the fucking gold. Like, Jesus, man. And then I saw that they've got like all the other private servers on there. It's nuts. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with any of the I don't really care about the cosmetics, honestly. Like, anytime I play retail, I'm transmogging like all the stuff I've already got because, you know, because I got it. So it feels nice to transmog. I just don't care about any of the... I don't want to have like some sparkly fucking horse or whatever. It's like on TBC, I ended up having I think from buying Midnight, you got some special Dragonhawk mount. I just deleted that shit. Literally just deleted it. I was like, I'm not even taking up space in my bag. I don't care. I don't want to use it. Get rid of it. I'll just have a griffin, man. Whoa, these are higher level than I thought. Yeah, I remember that, like, leveling back in, like, vanilla. I think I was a rep paladin back then, but, like, vanilla rep paladin, God, man, that was slow. Just auto attack, that's it. Put up seal, you got judgment, and then it's just auto attack, and that's it. That was rough. And then like TBC as well. I remember TBC took me a long time to level. A long time. I think I might have done like Alterac Valley or something a bunch to level. But those are the good times, man. That early time of playing WoW, bumbling around, like not really knowing where to go and all that. It's good fun. Yeah, that's the thing. I understand having like cosmetic. It's like with private servers. A lot of private servers have like the cosmetic. You can get your mounts and you can get stuff like that. But it's like that is a thing that you have because there is no subscription fee. If you have it where it's like you have the subscription fee and you have the base game cost, then it's like, oh, what are we doing here, man? Like, you're really like, it's not good. And the problem is that there will always be a large group of people that will absolutely pay. If they're playing WoW like full time, they will just buy every single thing. The thing that really gets me is I had a look at the Blizzard store the other day just to see what was on there. I think I was going to make a video about that weird house that they sell for like 75. It's like a tree house for $75 or something, or the tree house pack. And so I was looking through the shop, and they do a thing where they make a mount, right? And they sell that for, let's say, like $12.99, and then they will literally just like copy and paste mount, change color, and that's $12. And they do that 4 times. So they make 4 mounts that are the exact same mount, but just copy and pasted with a new color, and it's $12.99 a piece. And then they, of course, they do, well, you can buy the whole bundle for like $29.99, but it's like, it's the same mount. You're now just charging $29.99 for like, it's just weird. It's like, what the fuck? That, even just selling the mount in the first place is bad, but now you're selling multiple versions of the same mount, but just with, like, literally click the hue slider and change it across, and that's it. And now you're creating a bundle, you're like creating this idea of like, well, this is better value if you buy the bundle. But it's like, no, it's not. None of it's better value. It's all shite. Ugh. And it gets me so annoyed, the way that Blizzard just... It gets me as much annoyed the way that Blizzard does this shit as it does that people buy that stuff. Like, put your money where your mouth is. Like, don't fund this shit. It's like if some person, like, you pay somebody $5 to kick yourself in the fucking nuts. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, stop doing that. That's not okay to do. But you're paying for it. And that's saying that it's fine, but it's not fine. That's a weird analogy. It doesn't really make sense, but fuck, man. I don't know why I'm doing this quest. It's level 28 quest, but I'm like, shit, dude, I'm here. I may even go and do this quest and then come back, do this on the way back or something. So I'm running out of food. But yeah, it's the people with no too much money and no self-control, and at a certain point it's like you're like taking advantage of people. Although they do, some of the tactics as well are really like seedy. The tactics of like getting people, it's like, hey, so you know how you'd normally just buy like a 1-month subscription? Why don't you buy 12 months at once and we'll give you like a mount, something. It's like, oh, there's so many people that are like, oh, I have to buy that, and then they don't play the game for the next 8 months. But they've paid for it, and it's like, it's weird. It's really like, the other stuff as well is how they design stuff in such a way so as to like really hold your attention constantly throughout playing the game whenever you have a subscription, so that really like, I don't know, it's really weird, but it's like nothing is like useful. There's no point in really doing anything in retail, but everything is like designed in such a way. It's designed like a fucking heroin dealer trying to push his fucking shit. It's weird. But then again, I mean, vanilla was basically like that as well, but nowadays they crank that shit up, where it's like there must always be something for somebody to be doing so that they never feel like they can cancel their sub. And then that's when you have the like time gated stuff where it's like, hey, there's this cool new thing, like sub numbers are down, so let's have like they make like 10 time-gated events, put them aside. As soon as the sub numbers go down, it's like, right, put out time-gated event number 1 and say that you can only do this for the next week. And so people resubscribe. Just because they've got some like shitty event that they just make like 10 of in bulk. I don't know, it's like fucking weird. The tactics of it. Yeah, that's the other thing, like, starting over. Although, to a degree, I'm like, I don't mind as much the start over, but it's how, like, rapid it is now. To the point where it's, like, so formulaic. Like, I know a lot of people that were annoyed when TBC came out, and they were like, what? All of my gear is, like, irrelevant, that I've worked hard for. But it's like, well, yeah, you need to, like, have something new to strive for. But it's the way that on retail, it's so, like a formula of like patch 1 grind like the same mythic plus 20 times, and now patch 2 grind this new mythic plus 20 times, and then patch 3 it's like they have these formulaic like 3 or 4 patches every expansion, and you need to grind out all your gear the whole way. Whereas yeah, before it would be like, I don't know, like take TBC, it would be like, yeah, you get some gear in Karazhan, cool, and now you get a few more upgrade bits in like Serpent Shrine Cavern, and then you get a few more upgrade bits. Like, you don't have to get the full set of gear from each expansion, from each raid, to really progress. I mean, people do because they're masochists, but it's not as difficult back then. You could just drop in and do a few raids, get some gear, but nowadays it's like you have to have every single item in slot ready to go for every single like patch. It's a bit like, oh, back on the old treadmill again, you know. It's nice to step off the treadmill. Honestly, yeah, that, like, nowadays, like, I'll be honest, like, I've played WoW for so long that realistically I will play new expansions as they come out, but nowadays I realise that the best thing to do is like get the cheapest version of the expansion and just spend the first day or two farming up like herbs or leathers and stuff and make like millions of gold, and then you just don't have to pay at all, which is what I try and do now. That's why I have tokens sat on my account ready to go. Oh, I'm done with this. Nice. I think that's the way to go. Like, the paying the month, you don't have to pay the monthly sub nowadays. You can just farm that shit up. Especially early expansion. That's why I like, yeah, do that in prep for Classic Plus, so you don't have to pay. Because that's the thing, if you have a WoW token in your inventory, when you log on, it'll be like, you have no game time. Do you want to use this token? Yep. So, because I was worried that they would do, I wouldn't be surprised if they did a thing where it was like, you have to buy a subscription to be able to use the token or something, but you don't. So that's nice. I may as well grab this one. Yeah, that's the other thing. I feel like it's a good thing nowadays where anytime a game like Blizzard or whatever does any kind of like FOMO stuff, that's a sign to just stop engaging with it. Because if things are going to do that FOMO shit, then it's not worth doing. It's not like good for you, you know? There's plenty of other FOMO things in life that are way more entertaining than this. This should always just be like, you know, just enjoy it. But retail is so like, it's that constant rapid, like, you have to keep up and you have to do this, and it's like, I need to get this one ring from Pit of Sauron, so I'm going to do Pit of Sauron 15 times today, and that's my whole session. You know, that's so shit. That's not a fun game. To just be like, do this dungeon 12 times today, and you might get that ring that you need. Like, I mean, yeah, that's why the leveling, like, I enjoy this. Like, part of the thing about WoW that I really enjoy, as much as I'm, like, chatting more than playing here, I'm still, like, I like hearing the music, I like hearing the ambience, I like it when suddenly it starts raining and it's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? I like the world. I like the world of Warcraft, whereas retail, I don't get that at all. I don't get any of that. I don't feel the vibes at all, because it's all like, everything's all cranked up to 11 and it's all, I don't know. It's either like super hardcore or super casual, and I'm not really that into either of them. I don't really want to like grind away in like Mythic 20 and do like 200 pulls on Mythic Raid, but I also don't want to like dress up my house, my little doll house. It's a bit like, fucking hell, like, isn't there like a middle ground? Can I just like this? Can I just be out in the world and immerse myself and enjoy it without feeling like I'm like, I need to go and do a Mythic 19 for this week, and I need to make sure that I've cleared the raid 4 times on like normal, heroic, and mythic. And whereas this, that's why I like this. You know what I mean? You get to level 60 on here, it's gonna be like, there's no multiple versions of difficulty. You just go and do a raid, get some gear. It's nice. Korthia, man, I don't even feel like I remember what Korthia is nowadays. It rings a bell, but all of these... Korthia was one of those, like, late into the expansion new zones. The dollhouse. In, like, retail, you can make your own, like... You get a plot of land and you build your house and you, like, decorate it. I spent, like, an hour doing that once, and I was like, well, that was fun, and never went there again. Like, I built a nice little garden, a little fountain, some benches, and I was like, what more is there to do here? I don't want to do any shit. I don't want to do any stuff with the house. You do it for like 20 minutes and that's it. Oh, Shadowlands. Yeah, Shadowlands. That was like... I was excited for Shadowlands, man. The amount of things they could have done with Shadowlands was so, like... The great potential, and they just ended up doing the most boring shit. So much so I barely even remember it. Yeah, the more... Oh, the more. Don't... Oh, fuck me, the more. The fucking bore. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was going to make a video about that $75 treehouse thing and how much of a fucking joke it is. I've still got the script somewhere, because it's the fact that the Blizzard does that thing again where it's like, here's your house choice. You have like generic wooden shack, or you have like generic horde wooden shack, or you have like super specific elven mansion. And if you want anything else from that, you got to pay $75 for the really nice tree house. You know, it's like imagine if you're like a Tauren and you're like, I want like a druid tree house because that would make sense for my character. It's like, well, you can't have that. You have to pay money for that. When they start doing that, like if they had different houses to choose from, then I'd be like, okay, fair dues. But they don't. There's no other houses to choose from. It's either you have the shit house or you have the paid house, and that is scammy. It's like, Shades obsessed. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen much in this, like, because this is the Chinese client. I don't know if that I've really seen much changed. Although maybe I just haven't seen it because it's changed. I don't know. Yeah, the house. I don't know. I feel like the housing stuff could be really fun if you've got like a really social guild and you're like hanging out and shit, but 99% of people are literally gonna like spend 20 minutes putting down whatever the generic stuff is and go, oh, this is interesting, and then never visit it again. And they did like a weekly quest where it was like, here, you can get some like wood for free you can craft expensive stuff with, and then it's like, I'm still not even going back there to do this weekly quest. I can't be bothered. I don't want to do the house stuff. It's terrible. Oh, is that what that is? That makes sense now. Because I see the tombstones all around. Which is kind of like, I kind of like it. It works, like, it's fun, you know. You see the name on it and everything. Yeah, I know, right? No more trees left. Sylvanas. But don't worry, Sylvanas will be back again to do it all over again. Like, fuck. Jesus. I think that was the last thing I remember, actually, from Midnight. Spoiler alert. At the end, it's like, Sylvanas is back, and there's, like, more stuff to do with the jailer. It's like, you fucking kidding me? Nobody wants anything to do with the jailer. The jailer can fuck right off. Do something cool. Have, like, you know, an orc guy who lives in a stronghold who's like really strong. That's a more interesting boss than like this fucking the demon of hell is like pulling the strings. It's like, fuck me. I'm sick of this massive scale endgame shit, you know. It's also extravagant. Why can't we? I just want an expansion where it's like with Turtle WoW. It's like I want to go to like this island and deal with like mutated croaker. You know, I don't want to go to space and fight Sargeras again or something. God knows. I think I might be fucked here. Uh-oh. Have I got a potion or anything? No, I do not. Come on, let me get the kill on this guy, at least, and then I can run. Can I? Oh, I can lay on hands, actually. It costs all your mana, but I have no mana, so... don't think I even need it. Make Tauren's great again. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, if I was going to play Horde, I always pick Tauren. The few times I do. I like them. They seem chill, you know. Honestly, yeah, I was literally thinking that the other day. I do kind of like the Garrison better than Housing, but then they still should have done Garrison better. Like, it became such a weird, like, loop. Another gameplay loop for Blizzard, because they just love that sort of shit. But no, I kind of liked the Garrison stuff. I liked the idea that you could have, like, your own auction house in there, but somehow they needed to get a little bit more social stuff into it, because it was a bit lonely in there. Gilblins. I remember Gilbert. Those are the, like, underwater goblins, aren't they? Oh, we don't talk about the giant sword. That doesn't exist. It's like, Silithus here is nice and clean. Well, it's not clean, but you know what I mean? Oh, there's a new dungeon here, actually. Level 27. I need to see... what is that? Dragon Mode 26. Shit, I should do that at some point. Maybe I can do that after... oh my god, look at how many bosses are in this dungeon. That's what I'm talking about. In fact, Dragon Ball Retreat. Oh my fucking god. Look at this dungeon. Look at the quests in here as well. Oh my god, there's epics for this dungeon. Are you kidding me? What is this? A level 25 dungeon, but it's like... there's like epics and stuff. Look at all this stuff. This is the sort of shit that Blizzard wouldn't do. Because they would go, oh, no, we're not doing a dungeon that big. No. Too much effort, too much of an investment in one dungeon. Oh, that's good. After reinstalling, it's gone. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I just wouldn't install the like bag-on stuff. Maybe, I don't know. That would be good. Like having a thing where like maybe it's like you get a little ping that's like you got to come back and defend the garrison. That'd be kind of fun. There's a lot of things that they could do, but I feel like Blizzard tries to be a little bit too like careful. What is it? It's like the times that Blizzard does like something risky to try something new, it's always in the most boring way. It's like we're going to try something new by having this tedious weekly thing you have to do. But instead it's like try something new that's like Garrison Assault or something. Yeah, that was it. I mean, they literally... I say that, yeah, Blizzard have literally taken massive dungeons and just cut them up. Because I guess it's more value. They'll cut it up and then they'll put it in the fucking Mythic Plus pool. Which is another thing I could rant on about. The whole Mythic Plus thing where they're like, new expansion, here's 8 new dungeons. And then they're immediately like, anyway, you'll see half of those dungeons in the second half of the expansion. Because you're going back to do the dungeons you've already done. Now, it's like, oh, why? It's like, I don't want to go back to the fucking Academy dungeon for the millionth time. Jesus. Why can't you just make more dungeons, dude? Or you could have it where, like, you could be like a mercenary. You could, like, you get a pop-up where it's like, a guild needs your help. Do you want to, like, earn some, like, honor or some gold to, like, defend another guild's garrison? That'd be kind of fun. So that then there's always something to do. If maybe, like, that guild didn't have enough people turn up, you could, like, mercenary for them. Yeah, I know, they do... It does feel like they really, like... They take... Where there should be, like, a nice zigzag of interesting things, they like to smooth things out. So that it's, like, everyone can be, like... Everyone gets to have, like, a bit of enjoyment. Whereas instead, I think they really should try and lean into the stuff where it's like, a bunch of people are not going to enjoy this, and a bunch of people are really going to enjoy this. That's kind of fun, you know? Kind of... It's a bit more interesting. Instead of playing it safe all the time. Anyway, what quests have we got here? 1, 2... Look at this, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of these are red as well. I think if we get the level up here, maybe we can go and do stockades or something. Yeah, I do miss those, like, big... Somehow getting these bigger player events in. I mean, it's even, like, 40-man raiding. That's such a weird, goofy experience, but fun. Like, it doesn't have to be difficult to do. The whole thing about it is, like, make it difficult from just having to get 40 people. So with like old school Alterac Valley, have it be this like, could be the sort of event where it's literally like you play the game, you start playing, and an Alterac Valley starts, and it's like 6 hours later it's still going, and you can go and drop in again. Yeah. They could do so. They could do it like that. I think Blizzard should really look into the idea of like literally leasing the game out, leasing the license out, and have a whole list of other servers. It's like if you play like Counter-Strike, you can play like competitive, you can play the matchmaking stuff, but you can also check the like custom browser and just be like, oh look, here's like Ascension and Epoch and Warmane and Turtle WoW, you know. And just have it included. Like if they just took all the private servers and said like, fuck it, we're gonna bundle you in, and you can make money from the cosmetic side, but Blizzard makes money from the subscription or something, I don't know. But then it lets them have the stability that they're not gonna get shut down, something like that. Yeah, cross-faction dungeons, I don't mind them. It depends, honestly. Like if it's a really populated server and it doesn't need cross-faction, then that's kind of nice. But I'm so used to private servers that sometimes have lower population and they kind of just need cross-faction, otherwise it's like completely dead. But I don't know, I think cross-faction, it could maybe be one of those things where they somehow add a way to make cross-faction make a bit more sense in game. I like the idea of things having like more of an RP reason in game, like yeah, there's a temporary truce between the factions or something, I don't know. But you gotta still maintain the separation, I think. That's quite important. Yeah, it is. Everything's a bit easy and it's all just... It's very, like, rapid. It's like the move... It's like this, like... I've literally just walked halfway across this, like, zone. That's taken a long time. But in retail, it would just be like, anyway, hop on my mount, 310 speed, or not even that, it's the, like, dragon riding shit. It's like, oh, well, yeah. Gets rid of the sense of the world, whereas here I'm like... See, look at this, like I can hear the waves lapping up against here, like... There's a nice sound. The way that sounds change when you enter a zone as well. You don't get that in retail, you miss it so much because it's so rapid. And you're thinking about all the, like, mythic pluses and raids and... all these weird systems and... shit, I don't know. Like retail, if I were to play retail right now, because I think there's a new patch since I've stopped playing it. If I booted up retail right now, what would happen was I would open the screen, there would be a massive pop-up saying like, here's a new thing, here's a new thing, here's a new thing. Not going to tell you where it is, but here's a new thing. And then I'd have to spend like 10 minutes just thinking like, what the fuck is this? Close that, close that, close that, close that, delete this quest, delete these 20 quests. Figure out what the hell the new thing is, like, oh. This one today. Yeah, exactly. I love the basic RPG elements of this, like, they take it away, then it's suddenly, a bit more underwhelming. Doesn't become an... Like, it feels much more like... I don't know, what is modern WoW? It's like an action strategy, almost. You know what I mean? It's like action game of just, like... You have your rotation so heavily locked in. You don't... There's no adventure of, like, wow, what are we going to find in this dungeon? No, it's like, you run in the dungeon, the first pack casts a spell, everyone, you have to interrupt that spell, and we have to do this to this thing. You know that every single pack has a specific way to do things. And I don't know, it's more of a strategy game with action in there, and it's like it doesn't really. Yeah, cross faction again. I say cross faction is really something that's it's really handy for private servers with a smaller population, but if it's not needed, then may as well not have cross faction. Yeah, exactly. I do get that. Like, to a degree, the sort of like competitive element of like Mythic Plus and all that, it's chess that looks different. That's all of these things are. These, like, I find competitive games and stuff. It's literally just chess with a different skin on, and that's it really. But chess doesn't have like these sounds, the music, the grass here, like the fantasy world. You want to see like things that you wouldn't see, like a waterfall in the distance. That's what I like. But retail just doesn't focus on that. Focuses about like get from A to B, do the thing, do the dance, memorize the controls. That's the thing about Mythic Plus again. Like, I don't think it's a really good idea. It's a really like cheap idea to have this thing where you basically make a dungeon. Blizzard makes a dungeon, and it's intended that you're going to do that dungeon like 100+ times over the course of the expansion. It's like it's not enjoyable. I much like it with stuff like this, like Dragonmaw Retreat. I'm going to do that probably once on this character, and I'm excited to do that, to go and adventure through it and see all the, you know, what it looks like, what it sounds like. Yeah, this is Capycraft, which is like currently this is the only like Turtle WoW thing going. Yeah, I think everything should be on one shard. Like, you don't really need the sharding. If everything is crowded, just put hyperspawns on, honestly. Like, the hyperspawns on this are great. There's a shitload of people around, but you know, if you're waiting around for a mob, it will just respawn in front of your very eyes. And I'm like, I kind of like that. It's nicer than being sharded and just being alone. Oh wow, look at that. A helmet for level 24, that's nice. I don't know if really necessarily you've got to play games to be challenged, but it's just to enjoy it, really. Some of the challenge, when it depends what the challenge is like, is the challenge just like memorizing the same thing like you would memorize like a puzzle, or is the challenge like getting a group of 40 people together, managing to not have them all fucking argue with each other, and managing to have them all stick around? That's a challenge I kind of enjoy. That's fun, that's goofy, you can have a laugh with that. I'm not as into the challenges where it's like, do this mythic boss 279 times, and on the 280th time you'll get the boss down and you'll get like the most mediocre loot ever. That's the other thing about retail as well. Like, I don't like how you have to do Mythic Plus now. If you want to just do raiding, you can't. You don't have enough gear if you just do raiding. It's like, come on, dude. I just want to raid. I like raiding in WoW. I don't really like the dungeons. Yeah, the world is meant to be a bit more of a challenge. I agree 100% with that. Like, as in the sense that it's not a challenge in retail at all. I don't know. They could maybe make them all into delves, but I mean, it would be a more interesting. I think that idea, make old raids, like on retail, make old raids into delves, would be kind of fun if they just added like a bit of challenge to it, where it's like you go in as a tank, you have your like whatever Valera or Bran heal you, and you actually have to do like some mechanics on the bosses and stuff. Because that's something I don't really like. I don't like the fact that you can just go in like a vanilla raid on retail and you walk up to this giant fiery monster and it's like, bing, 12 billion damage, it drops dead. It's like, oh, that's a bit underwhelming, isn't it? Keep it a bit fun, keep it a bit interesting. But yeah, I think the classic WoW has a good amount of like resistance while leveling, you know what I mean? Like, I pull 2 mobs and I'm like, oh shit, okay, what am I doing? What have I got? Have I got a potion? I've got like Divine Protection up, I've got Lay on Hands up, okay, so maybe I can stun is off cooldown soon, I'll get a stun in there, run away and get a little flash heal. That sort of difficulty I enjoy in the world, as opposed to retail, where if I was playing retail right now, I would be blasting to one place, pull 15 mobs, AoE them down, mount up, fly over there, pull 15 mobs, AoE them down, and it's like, to a degree I'm like, I don't know, sometimes that's like fine and enjoyable, but for the most part, ugh. Yeah, that's the thing. I think Blizzard is really like, feels like Blizzard is really cheap with the fact that instead of making like lots of or instead of making a wide, oh sorry, I didn't mean to hit the microphone there, instead of making a wide amount of content, they make like one raid and go like looking for raid, normal mode, heroic mode, mythic mode, and then they'll end up doing like a seasonal mode, time walking mode, whereas instead they should just go one raid, another raid, another raid, another raid, another raid, you know what I mean? Make some new shit. We're paying like monthly fees, we're paying for the expansion. Make some new shit. Make like double as much raids, you know what I mean? Instead of having like one patch for like 6 months, and then maybe there'll be another raid after 6 months, and then another raid after 6 months, do it every 3 months. Crank that shit, you know what I mean? Make some more shit. These Turtle WoW devs are like, not like, I was going to say not real devs, but that sounds really rude. But you know what I mean? They're not like Blizzard devs, and yet they're out here making the, look at this fucking dungeon, you know what I mean? They're out here making, I don't even know what it looks like yet, but look at the fucking size of it, man. That's like some, that's like Blackrock Spire sort of thing. Well, maybe not that big, but you know what I mean? I don't know. It feels a bit, it just feels weird that there's like, you can play this for free with no cost or anything. And yet it's somehow more enjoyable than the people that are making like a large amount of money, like billions. And that's the other thing as well, they're like help and whatnot. You get that where I've had a lot of moments where I'm out leveling and I see another person and I'm like, oh shit, I think they're about to die, so I'll go over and just pop a little heal on them. That's nice. You don't get that in retail. There's not the opportunity to do that in retail because you're just like, that's not going to happen. You're safe. Like, I completely forgot about these talents. Anyway, I think I'm going to head back to Stormwind and maybe try and do stockades. Yeah, I know, right? That's the other thing, yeah, the art style, like, yeah. I don't really, I don't know. So, although actually, no, I think a lot of the art I like is like I read a lot of old fantasy books and stuff, fantasy novels, and I do love that old, like, 70s, 80s, like, what's a good example? Like, I've got a bunch of Raymond Feast books and stuff. They're always good art, so I'm down for, like, old school fantasy art. Even the stuff where it's a bit like, some of the old school 70s, 80s fantasy art is, like, a little bit cringe, in the sense that it's, like, old men drawing, like, hot elven lady and whatnot, but most of it's like pretty cool, man. It is funny though. That just makes me think about last time I was reading some Raymond Feast, and it's like you have these moments where it's like describing something really creepy, and it's like, oh come on, dude. Or like George R.R. Martin when he's like getting really detailed about a certain thing that's like, fucking hell, George, calm down. Like, you don't have to go that deep. But like, I respect the fact that he's like went there, but I'm like, it's like, tone it down a little bit. Like, fucking hell, it's funny. That is funny. I always like recommend this. Like, if you've got spare time, get some fantasy books. Look up like Raymond Feast and George R. R. Martin, David Eddings, Jani Wirtz. She wrote some books with Raymond Feast, some great books. But yeah, that's the other thing as well. You say about game director. I think there is definitely something that is a real problem, is the fact that, and this is with a lot of games nowadays, a lot of games are made by a committee. Like, it's a massive amount of people, each putting in a little bit of input, and a large amount of those people are like money people. And stuff like that. There are certain games, some of the best games over the years are games where there's like one person or maybe a handful of people who are like, there is a vibe, we're going to establish this vibe, we have a vision, this is our plan, and we're going to just do this thing. We're going to keep it like, we're going to actually have this certain vibe, have like one person with a nice vision to just do a thing. Whereas nowadays it feels like some person has a vision, 12 people agree with it, 8 people don't agree with it, so they build half the vision, and then in the next patch they're like, half of that vision didn't work, so we're going to at the last minute swap that out and do this, and then but then that didn't work, so we're going to cut this bit and redo this, and it's like, fuck, you fucked it. Have the like confidence. If you're going with a decision, like start from the beginning and have like a decision that you're going to do and follow through with it. And if in the first quarter things aren't going well, you don't go, no, we need to give up on that and change it. No, follow on all the way through to the end. And if it's shit by the end, then fuck it. At least you managed to like follow through with one vision. Because it feels like WoW especially seems to do stuff where they have an idea for an expansion and then it ends up changing halfway through, and then they scrap a thing, and there's these weird like, you get these weird like artifacts of things where it's like, I think for instance in this expansion there were certain zones that it was very clear that those zones were meant to be like new patch zones for the last expansion, because they had like mining and herbing from the last expansion or something, and you can get the idea that they're like, I don't know, there's no confidence in what they do. And that's what happens when you have like, you have a game being made by like, instead of having like a handful of people that are passionate about it, that are like, this is the vibe we're going for, instead they've got like 100 people each going, yeah, maybe change this bit and put this bit and take that bit out, and it's so diluted, you know what I mean? It's not very fun. It's like if I want to drink, I want to like a cup of coffee. What I don't want is a cup of like a little bit of Coke, a little bit of Fanta, a little bit of lemonade, a little bit of water, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of like vodka, a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of rum. I don't want all that shit. I want one person to just be like, here's a cup of coffee. If it's shit, it's shit. If it's not shit, then lovely. I don't know. It's like, yeah, I'm like, the thing about Metzen is like, who knows what Metzen's like these days. Like Metzen's like earned respect from like back in the day, but like people change, man. People like don't have skill as much as they used to and stuff like that, so who knows. But I would respect Blizzard, even if they made a bad expansion. I would respect Blizzard if they started an expansion with like an idea and they followed through with that idea. And even if we get to the end of the expansion and it's like, right, well that was shit, at least they like tried one thing. Just try doing one thing. Constantly feels like Blizzard is just flip-flopping back and forth and like, oh, that didn't work, change that. Oh, but maybe this will work, but oh god, we'll change this and change that, and flip-flop and flip-flop. It's like, come on, man, like, hold steady on something for like 2 minutes, please. Fucking hell. Let's even get a stockade group going. And that's why, like, they did this thing for the latest expansion where they were like, we're going to tell a story over 3 expansions and stuff. And immediately I was like, oh, that sounds like it could be interesting. But already they're, like, changing shit. And it's like, ah, man. Hold true. Because then it doesn't inspire confidence, does it? You know what I mean? If they're like, we've got a vision of what we're going to do over 3 expansions, and we're like in the second one, and they're already flip-flopping on shit and like going, oh no, we're going to change this and we're going to change that because, like, I don't know, some person says something on Twitter and it's like, we need to appease this person. It's like, just make the game you want to make. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I don't know as well, because the weird thing is that the game is like fracturing in such a way that they have the stuff, they have a lot of casual stuff. They're catering towards a massive group of casuals, but they also cater towards the like 0.1%. Like the hardcore mythic raiders, the like basically the events that they put on where it's like Race to World First and the Mythic Plus International or whatever. They cater massively to that. They will make sure that those events are like perfect and going as they should be. And then they'll also cater towards the like super duper casual, like fluffy bunny vibes. You know what I mean? Which is like, I'm not against those super casual vibes, but like, maybe make a whole new game if you want. I don't fucking know. You could make like Warcraft Farming Valley if you want. You know what I mean? Like, you could do that, a whole separate thing if you want. Put the casuals over there in the little like farm. I don't know. Well, some of the things were pretty epic. Some of the things were a bit were a bit like weird. I don't know. There's been some good changes and all sorts. WoW was certainly good back then. Although, in fact, I did enjoy the games back then. A lot of good memories from games. Like, I remember playing early 2000s would be like Age of Empires 1 and 2 and Stronghold Crusader. That was good. Fable, that was a fucking... I loved that. Which is like, ugh, new Fable coming out soon, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah, but the funny thing is, right, you get those albums where it's like, there could be like an album where you only like 2 songs, but like, the album, I'm still like, oh, I still respect the album, you know what I mean? That's why I think with WoW, but it's like with WoW, they're like, here's an album, except we're gonna, song 5, we're gonna just delete halfway through, and... Oh, The Sims, yeah, The Sims has like a certain amount of nostalgia, like all the sounds and the music and the certain vibes from like The Sims 1 and stuff. There's such a strong nostalgia from that. And what else was I playing back then? Shit. It's mainly like WoW. I feel like WoW ended up... as soon as WoW, like 2004 or 5, suddenly everything else is like, whoop, sideline that shit. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I would love if they have servers where they're like, there is literally nothing. Like, if they even removed all of this, I'd be tempted to play a server where they remove all this and charge maybe like $5 a month, you know? I feel like on average that would work out like profitable, you know? If everyone paid $5 instead of like, because currently it's like 1% of people spend like $20 on this shit. But if everyone paid like $5 for a good server, that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, I do really think that WoW, Blizzard, retail and whatnot, they really need to actually make a full split. You know what I mean? Because currently they're like, it's like that scene in Spider-Man where he's trying to hold together the ship with a million different, you know, strands and whatnot. Oh, Tonka Workshop, yeah, I remember those. There's a lot of nostalgia for those as well, with the keyboard attachment. But yeah, I feel like Blizzard is like holding together World of Warcraft with a million different angles, but I don't know. They need to just let it split, man. Split WoW off and have these different subgroups. Maybe even split the subscription up as well. They get the numbers from it, see what people want to do, you know? Do people want to do like retail stuff or classic? Because I feel like a lot of people want the classic stuff. Oh man, don't know if there's anyone up for stockades at the moment. Yeah, I think most people are offline now. Well, most of the Chinese players are. Because it's like 5:30 in the morning, 5 AM currently. Yeah, I quite liked Mr. Pandaria, but I think that was more the like community side of things. Like I was watching a lot of streamers and stuff at the time, but I didn't do the legendary cloak. That was when they had the Timeless Isle. I remember doing that for like catch-up gear and stuff. Yeah, that's rough. When you do miss out on that sort of stuff. Like I think in Cataclysm, I was trying to level up a rogue so that I could get the daggers, the legendary daggers from Cataclysm, but I ended up missing out on that, and I was like, ah, shit. That was a shame. It was at 10:30. I might even call it there for tonight, and try and do this tomorrow midday when there's a lot more people on. Because it's quite empty now. Yeah, I probably will call it there for now. Let me go and plonk myself in the tavern. Not that I think it does much more XP. Well, that was a good... Well, didn't mean to press that. I meant to just log out. Yeah, that was good. Nice to get a little bit of wetlands done. Still ready to do stockade, so we'll do that tomorrow. I'll make sure I stream it. I won't do it off stream or anything. But anyway, thanks for everyone watching, and yeah, I'm gonna head off. It's like 10:30 already. I was meant to come on a little bit earlier, but I got carried away with playing a bit of guitar, so I'll probably be on a little bit earlier tomorrow when the server's a bit more busy. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and see you around.